Is there any research that supports the use of bone broth for intestinal support?
I know there's lots of claims. I know there's lots of anecdotes out there. I'm not quite sure where they come from. I am sure that the literature is clear on the following things. First of all, bone broth is very rich in glutamate. And while you know I'm a big fan of recycled glutamine, many people do not have enough antioxidant ascorbate. They don't have enough magnesium and choline citrate, and therefore, when you take in large amounts of glutamate, as you take in from bone broth, the glutamate builds up outside of nerves. Technically, it becomes what's called an excitoneurotoxin. That means it irritates and excites the nerve and eventually will exhaust the nerve and be harmful. So bone broths have the disadvantage of being too glutamine rich. Unless you knew the bone from which it came, I would suggest that whatever toxic matter, particularly toxic metals, lead, mercury, arsenic, cadmium, nickel, that the animal was exposed to, would be prominently favored in the collagen, gelatin, bone broth from that animal, because the bones are where smarter animals, or animals whose cells are smart, store toxic material, like toxic metals. So I'm not a fan of bone broth, but I am a big fan of starting a meal with something wet, warm, and appetizing. Could be as simple as warm water with a squeeze of lemon or lime. It could be a broth made from fresh vegetables. If you do eat meat and you want to make a meat broth, that's quite okay. But the experts are clear when you look at the literature. Bone broth is only to be taken in very small amounts and only by really healthy people.